Okay, joining us now, Pete Ricketts, Republican senator from Nebraska, who joins us from Omaha. Senator, you just heard your colleague, Senator Fetterman, talk about the Biden administration's efforts to constrain Israel's response to an Iranian attack. And reading between the lines, he's not a fan, but was careful not to criticize the commander-in-chief. Based on what we've heard from you on the subject, I take it you're willing to go a little farther.
Absolutely. I have no constraints about criticizing Biden because his appeasement first policy toward Iran is one of the reasons why we have this problem, why Iran felt like they could attack Israel directly with missiles is because of Joe Biden's weakness directly. And if Joe Biden had been supporting Israel 100% like he was saying he was going to, we wouldn't be in this problem in the first place. Joe Biden has empowered Iran through releasing some of the sanctions. I mean, the Trump administration brought Iran's foreign reserves down from $122.5 billion to less than $14 billion. And since Biden's been in office, $100 billion in oil money's flown to Iran. They unfroze $6 billion on 9/11, just to show you how tone deaf they are. And when it comes to defending Israel, they've been pulled, they're weak, pulling back some of the weapons. It really is something where if we had just supported Israel from the get-go, we might not be in this problem in the first place. So really, Israel is an innocent bystander to Joe Biden's failed foreign policy.
Okay, but where Democrats are struggling on Iran, your party struggles on the question of Russia. In the wake of new reporting from Bob Woodward that Donald Trump sent scarce COVID tests to Vladimir Putin at the height of the pandemic and has maintained a close relationship with the Russian autocrat, here's what Trump said about his relationship with Putin.
I got along with him very well, which is a good thing, not a bad thing. You know, a lot of people think that's a bad thing. No, that's a great thing.
If you say that the Biden administration is coddling Iran and inviting danger to our allies, what's Donald Trump doing?
Well, I don't think there's anybody who would say that if President Trump had actually been in office, that Putin was going to invade Ukraine. Trump governs with strength. Dictators like Putin respect that. Let's go back and look, right? Putin invaded Georgia when Obama was there because Obama's weak and failed policies. He went to Ukraine when we had Biden and his failed policies. When you project weakness like Biden has done, you encourage dictators like Putin to do it. And we can see that with Iran as well, right? Again, we already commented on that. So I think that there's nobody who would say that if Trump had been in office, Putin was invading. Putin was not going to invade as long as Trump was there because he knows Trump would have given him a strong response and that he would not have wanted to pay the price for it.
But don't you suppose that Putin figures that he would end up with a better deal in Ukraine if Trump wins than if Kamala Harris wins?
I think Putin is afraid of a strong leader, and Trump is a strong leader. Trump will have strong responses to dictators around the world like Putin. So dictators should be very, very worried when Donald Trump is the next president.
Okay. Nebraska is a very Republican state. Donald Trump won there by 25 points in 2016 and 19 points in 2020. But that doesn't mean it's a cakewalk for your party. House Republicans are sweating Congressman Don Bacon's seat in the 2nd Congressional District. But most surprisingly, your fellow Senator Deb Fischer is neck and neck with independent candidate Dan Osborne. We know the 2nd District tilts blue in presidential years, so that makes sense. But why is Deb Fischer having such a hard time putting this one away?
Well, Nebraska has got a long history of being a populist state. And you can go look at our 3rd Congressional District and see when we have an open seat there. That's always a tough race as well, despite the fact that it's been overwhelmingly Republican voter registration for a long time. Adrian Smith in his first race had a tough race, in 2006. So, Nebraska's got that populist streak, and that's what, Deb Fischer's opponent's been trying to do is come off as this union guy, populist, ordinary guy. He's got slick ads. He's got a lot of Soros money behind him. He's outspending Deb on TV 2-1. But nobody should be fooled by this because he is just a Democrat. They're just like anybody else, right? Or at least his beliefs are, right? If you look at what he wants to do, he believes in amnesty for illegal immigrants. He's for men participating in women's sports and going to women's bathrooms. Regular working people don't think that's cool. He's for late-term abortion. So his policies are in line with the Democrats. And, of course, there's the old phrase, just follow the money. And all his money is coming from George Soros, from Act Blue. I was told he was out raising money in Hollywood. Hollywood doesn't typically do that for Republicans. So you've got a guy here who has got some slick ads, who's trying to sell a bill of goods here about being a populist. What we got to do with Deb is just make sure we get Republicans to understand who the real conservative here is, what Deb has done for the state, and get Republicans to vote Republican.
Okay, there was another push this year by people in your party to ditch the Cornhusker state system of awarding electoral votes by congressional district. Reformers love it, but the GOP covets that single vote from that Omaha district in the fight for 270. Where are you on the question of the unusual systems in Nebraska?
Yeah, breaking up our Electoral College votes was done for a partisan reason back in 1992 by a partisan state senator, a Democrat. And so this was it was a Democrat ploy in the first place. I, as governor, when I was governor, tried every year to try and change it back to winner take all so that we speak with a unified voice in Nebraska and stop disenfranchising our rural voters, frankly. So, I mean, this is one of the things that we tried to get done. We fell a couple votes short or one vote short every time I tried it. We still don't have the votes to get it done right now in our legislature because we have a filibuster rule. So, we just need to keep working on this in the future. We got to elect a more conservative legislature, and then we can get it done.
Okay. If you've ever marveled at the scenic beauty at Toadstool Geologic Park, you would know him already. But if you don't, there he is, Senator Pete Ricketts. We thank you.